Alright, so first up, you're going to have forgive the video quality here. It's being filmed on my iPhone 3GS, which was my phone probably 2010, 2011. And this is my iPhone 5S that I am making the subject of this video on. Now, someone made a comment on one of the videos that I watched. I forget what the exact video was. But they were discussing what they think the iPhone should be. And that's actually a very, very interesting question. Now, I've always liked iPhones. I've had the first gen iPhone like the second week after it came out. And I've had a 3G, 3GS, 4, 4S, 5S, 6, and now the 5S again because the 6 bent after just simple use. So, don't really understand what happened there, but I ended up trading it into the insurance and downgrading to this phone. And it's really not anything different because it's still 64 gig. It still works the same. It's just a little bit smaller, but the screen size I can deal with. And there's my cat. Anyway, someone asked what they think the iPhone should be. And that, like I said, is a very interesting question. I've used iPhones, like I said, since they came out. But I've also had Androids, Windows phones, Blackberries, just to toy around with different operating systems and just see if there was something that I liked more than the iPhone. Now, there's some things about the iPhone that are just so great that I don't want to change my phone, but there's some things about Android that are just so much better than iPhones, and there's some things on Windows Phone and some things on BlackBerry, and I just wish there would be one perfect iPhone or one perfect Android or something that would all work together and create like a perfect phone. Now, you got to kind of think when you bag on different types of smartphones, maybe Windows Phone, Android, they're all based off of when the iPhone was created. They're all based off the same platform. You're making not like fun, but you're making fun of the same phone altogether, no matter what platform you choose. But from the start, even as back as far as the Droid first gen A855, there has been an IR blaster. And what an IR blaster does is enables you to use a phone as your remote. So may it be you don't have a phone or a TV remote for your TV. You program your phone to your TV and get it to work that way. You can use your phone as your remote, and you can use it for different things like a sound system or hell even your ceiling fan. And iPhones still have not gotten this down. They've had 7 years to get this down. And my MacBook right here, my 2008 or 2009 MacBook doesn't even have this. And I've seen laptops, not very few of them, but they've had IR blasters too. And the second thing that comes down to it is different markets. I love the apps that the iPhone has. There's some that the iPhone has that the Droids do not, or Windows phones do not, and so on and so forth. And there's some that they have that this one does not. One being Bookworm. I love Bookworm. I've played it since it came out. I don't know why. It's a great game, and there's no other phone that has it except for BlackBerry. You know, they pulled it from the market, but I mean, if you already had it downloaded, you can still sync it to your phone. The second problem is like I said, different markets. On Android or BlackBerry or whatever operating system you choose, besides iPhone, there are other markets you can go to. As long as they're a reputable market to use, they don't have viruses or spyware or whatnot on them, and they're like from a major distributor like Amazon or something like that. You can trust them and use them for apps, and there's a myriad of apps that come on those operating system or not operating systems on those app programs that enable you to basically go in and get other apps of your choice and basically just download them to your phone and use whatever. No, I flipped the phone over. Use whatever you want to on the app and basically just get apps from other sources. Maybe the app store that you have on your particular phone doesn't have the app that you want, but another app store has that, etc. It goes on and on and on. Well, iPhone and Apple type products, you're stuck with the stock Apple App Store operating system just because of the security of it, I believe. even on Mac, they're kind of strict on security. They want you to go in there and be like, you have to uncheck all these things in security preferences. And they're like, well, this voids any software warranty, stuff like that if you install third party software. It just keeps, basically, it's hinged on security. But if you're a good maintainer of your device, whatever you own, you don't really have to worry about that. Just don't go on bad sites. Don't download from sketchy websites, sources, and stuff like that. And you should be safe. But that one is kind of a big. The third is ringtones. On Android, you can always make ringtones out of your music that you have saved in the stock music app. This comes down to the new one. Everything that you have set up on basically anything, any phone or any song app that you have on your iPhone, you can set it as a ringtone. You have to download it onto the computer or your Mac or what operating system you sync your phone to. And you have to trim it to the exact length of the ringtone on the phone. I think it's like 10 or 15 seconds. And you have to insert it into iTunes, drag it into the ringtones folder. It's just not as easy. So you're left with jailbreaking your phone, which I really wouldn't recommend doing because it voids any warranty you have. This phone is completely stock. And that's the only way to get things that you want. Whereas on Android or Windows Phone or whatnot, they have everything. And the new phone that's coming out, I think they're going to call it the 6S or maybe even the 7. It does not, they don't have any plans of making any of this stuff become a new, I don't know, patent or any, and then my dog's barking in the background, any new ideas for the phone. They're not going to make a new app store. They're not going to allow you to use it for an IR blaster. It's basically the same phone after same phone after same phone. And they need to focus more on adding new features, which I mean, they're making things faster and stuff like that, but they need to decide new features, new apps, and stuff like that for me to stay. Because otherwise, I'll just go back to Android. It's, like I said, I enjoy my time with iPhones, but it just gets kind of frustrating. Anyway, end of rant. That's my rant.